let's just look at it for the moment, and let's say that we didn't care about deficits. We were just looking at tax policy. Is this the new part? Is this is developing? Is it good tax policy? Is it what a pro-growth tax reformer would recommend?
No, look, my biggest concern with this package is just the sheer amount it's adding to the debt. My second biggest concern is these cliffs that are going to make us add more to the debt. But I think a really significant concern is it's just not sensible tax policy. Sure, there are some smart policies in here, but overall, this goes opposite how tax reform normally does. The idea of tax reform is you cut tax breaks, you simplify the tax code, you treat income equally as possible, and you shoot for your progressivity and revenue target, and you give people stability, right? This does none of those things. It creates massive new tax breaks. It creates all sorts of weird phase-ins and phase-outs. There's no stability because these policies sunset at various times. It intentionally tries to treat different kinds of income differently, right? So if you're tipped, you're going to pay lower taxes if you're a waitress than if you work at McDonald's. Does that make a lot of sense? If you work 70 hours a week and are overtime paid, you'll get different pay than if you're sort of a salaried worker. If you're a teacher, for example, working those many over hours, that doesn't make a lot of sense. We're now letting you deduct auto loan interest. That's something we realized was stupid in 1986 and we got rid of it. We are bringing back some things that we got rid of in the 2017 bill. 2017 bill, we capped the SALT deduction at $10,000. They want to bring that back to 30,000, and apparently there's talk of going way higher than that. They scaled back the low-income housing tax credit, which has something that sounds like it's a good name, but it's mostly a windfall for developers. They're bringing that back. There's dozens of new tax breaks that are just going to make the tax code so much more complicated and harder to navigate, are going to treat income differently, and are going to move us away from that sort of pro-growth, clean tax code that we should always be aspiring for.